Investor Connect podcast program. This is Hall T. Martin. I'm the host of the show, in which we interview angel investors, venture capital, private equity, family offices, and many other investor groups for startups and growth companies. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for joining us. Well, hello, this is Hall Martin with Investor Connect. Today I'm here with Suri Ganeriwala of SpectraQuest. Suri, thank you for joining us.
Hello, yes, I'm here. So we'll be glad to talk about what.
Great. So what was your background before joining SpectraQuest?
Yeah, I have all my degrees, bachelor's, master's, and Ph.D. in mechanical engineering. And I worked in between a couple of companies, 4 years on the space shuttle at Martin Marietta, and then 12 years at Philip Morris on doing the condition monitoring and diagnostics there and setting up the program there for especially the specialty machine like packaging and machine, because there is nothing available in the market. At that time, it was not available. And I don't see anything new has come out since then also. So I have a lot of background in vibration analysis, and mostly more emphasis is on signal processing. How do we capture the right information from the machine and how to process and get maximum information from the machine, what machine is saying us, okay. So idea is to prevent the machine failure before it happens, okay.
Well, great. Well, you've been working in the industry for quite some time. You've seen quite a bit. For the investors in our audience, what's your advice for them about investing in a machine condition monitoring company? What should they think about first before writing that check?
Yeah, the machine condition monitoring is in a way somewhat relatively new. It started in late 80s, and that time the technology was not fully developed, okay. And at that time it was all based on just doing simple frequency domain analysis, or what we call FFT. And in last 30 years, a lot of advanced data processing techniques have been developed in university. University has taken over, has performed remarkable research in this area, and that is not included in the current condition monitoring techniques. I mean, the products available in the market, most of the products are based on 30 years old technology. So there is a room to apply these new techniques, okay. And with this new technology, all the development has occurred, we can now predict the machine failure much earlier. And not only that, we can pinpoint what is wrong and even do root cause analysis, what is causing the problem, so the failure don't happen as frequently as they happen. So I think they should look into it. Are the companies have the latest the signal analysis techniques, and are they using the latest condition monitoring technology? Okay. That's probably, I think I will advise them. Okay.
So it sounds like the technology has moved forward, but there's still plenty of companies with the older technology out there. So
yeah, by and large, most of the products available right now are based on, I would say, average of 25 to 30 years old technology. Some progress more has occurred in more graphics and using, instead of early on all were DOS based, now they are all Windows based. So the speed has gone up of the data collections as well as data analysis. But some of the way the extracting the information from machine, making the most out of it, is not still lacking in the thing, in my opinion.
That's good advice. So in addition to the technology evolving, how do you see the industry evolving? Where do you see it going forward?
Industry in the last 5-6 years is showing a tremendous sign, okay. A lot more new companies are coming up, but still the technology they are using is still old. But they don't reveal what technology they're using also. So, and then another thing that is developed is in the last 5 years is the wireless communication technology, wireless sensor, and industry is moving towards that. And so another thing that is happening is that more and more companies are going for real-time monitoring, means online monitoring. So you put a sensors on each machine at critical location and then collect continuous monitoring. Traditionally, one person collected created a structure of the machinery, which we call route, and then you download on a small portable computer, walk around computer, and then say, okay, this I'm going to do the plant section A of this plant today, and then it goes on. So typically it takes you collecting the information about the machine every once a month, okay? And so what happens to the machine once a month? In between time, we don't know. That's changing. More people are putting wireless and online monitoring systems. That's growing, and the industry is going towards that. Especially this wireless technology is helping it to move in that direction. So the wave of the future is going to be online monitoring and collecting information about the machines through cloud also. So now by having this Internet of Things, I can sit here in my office in Richmond, Virginia, and look at the data on the machine sitting in Australia and say what is wrong with the pump, then give the consulting or just purely monitor here. That is also changing, and it's going to continue. So this is very hot topic these days. I see a lot of new people, new companies are coming into this thing, and we'll see how it will happen. And not everybody's going to survive and stay active, but some changes are going to happen. More new companies are going to come, and established players will have to adopt to the new technology, I believe so.
So it sounds like the sector is growing very well and a lot of companies are engaging with it. So what are the challenges in this space, either regulatory or market or technical, for the startups who are building products in this space?
There is not much of regulatory challenge. Regulatory here, this is essentially you're monitoring the rotating or reciprocating machinery. And when you're talking packaging, then you have indexing because you have to stop and package something. So so the signals generated by these high speed and specialty machines are more complex. So that's a challenge to how to extract the right information from those machines is a bigger challenge. Now, some techniques have been developed that allows us to remove the effect of the reciprocating or indexing mechanism involved in the packaging machinery, and so that they all look like a same kind of rotating machinery. And so that's definitely signal analysis is a big challenge, and keeping up with all the integrate development happening in the university area has to brought into this thing. And my feeling is that that's going to happen, and the one who comes up with the all nicely integrated system is going to be the leader in the future. And another thing is that we are seeing model based, means you put some physics of the machine also into the system. That is happening too, but that's still far much further away. But some small simple machine, they are putting that thing. We have done some work ourselves where we can tell the difference between the misalignment and balance using the physics of the machine. So we put the basic ideas of how the machine makeup is, like structural properties and all thing, then gives us a more higher level of confidence in making the prediction about the remaining useful life of the machine. So how long you have before you have to change the bearing, okay? Before you have to change the shaft, okay? So that's going to happen. It has not happened yet completely. Some people are adopting, but still that's a challenge. So the biggest challenge I see is getting the most correct information from the machine and integrating with their existing plant and whatever system, computerized maintenance system they're using, to integrating with that is happening, but it's going to accelerate further, okay?
Great. So how does SpectraQuest fit into this machine condition monitoring landscape? What position do you take?
SpectraQuest has been in this field for almost like 20 years. First, I worked at a Philip Morris where I was doing this kind of work and developing a newest technology for their cigarette packaging machine. And we were able to do a very good job on that one. And since there was nothing available in the market, we developed our own. And after that, I left the thing. And what I did think is that I brought something unique to the market, creating this, what we call machine fault simulator. When new machine has a signature, and just like heart EKGs. So those signatures are complex. So you have to understand what the signature means. So we made a machine where we can introduce specific problems, either singly one at a time or in multiple, and create a scenario of a big machine or a production floor machine. And then from there we can learn. So we started educating the world. So now we have a customer based in over 50 countries. They use our devices, these machine fall simulators, for educating their workforce, for doing research and developing new technology. And by and large, we are the de facto standard for getting this device especially by university professors. That's the reason we are very popular in the industry environment. So at the same time, we've been doing research ourselves. So we have so much knowledge now that we can, based on our this knowledge of algorithms and that we have developed ourselves and learn from the universities also. So we have integrated everything. Now we want to bring that to market so that we can be a good player in the market on condition monitoring and provide a state-of-the-art product.
And are there any particular applications that you are particularly good at with your technology?
Yeah, I have done some prototyping. We have tried out, as I said, case for reciprocating and packaging machinery, and our system works. I haven't seen any product out in the market that really works as good as it should. Then another thing is that some of the high speed, which involves heavy inertia, where the speed is fluctuating, there also we have shown the promise. Especially I worked with one petrochemical industry where they didn't have a solution for certain high flow rate type of pump. And we were able to, I went on my own expense because I took it a challenge, and in the Gulf Coast region, in Houston area, and I went there, spent a day myself and got a report on that one, and then we can solve the problem. And we are talking to them to see how to move forward after that. Okay, and they are really happy.
Well, that's great. So in the last few minutes that we have today, what else should we cover that we haven't?
Yeah, all I can say is that this is a very interesting time in the condition monitoring, and we're going to see new players come, evolution of the technology, including Internet of Things and cloud-based technology are going to come. Yes, I want to warn people that companies are still very reluctant to share their data outside. So large corporations have their internal structure that they're communicating with each other, but they are not allowing all the data to go outside because they are still a little, I wouldn't say scared, but they are very cautious about that, not sharing their information about their health of their machine to wide world. And there are some valid reasons, some maybe fear, but this may change also.
Well, great. Well, so how best for listeners to get back in touch with you?
Yeah, I think I have a LinkedIn page. They can connect with me on LinkedIn, or they can send me email, Suri, Suri, at SpectraQuest, SpectraQuest.com. This is SpectraQuest, one word, just like our name. And or call me at 804-261-3300. So I can be reached. I'm easy to get reach, and they can communicate with me. I'm available all the time.
Well, great. We'll put those in the show notes. Thank you for joining us today, and hope to have you back for a follow-up soon.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Hal. This was very nice of you talking with us.
Investor Connect helps investors interested in startup funding. In this podcast series, experienced investors share their experience and advice. You can learn more at investorconnect.org. Martin Martin is the director of Investor Connect, which is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to the education of investors for early-stage funding. All opinions expressed by Hall and podcast guests are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinion of Investor Connect. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions.